little missionary Goodfellows were shot down, you say?
Yeah, they're all dead except me. Or at least I think they're all dead.
Oh, that must have been awful. Did you just come to in the wreckage with their bodies just strewn around you?
Yeah, I woke up in my seat and like across the aisle there was one in its seat still. I thought he was alive, but when I went over to him, he almost bit me in the hand. Turns out he was infected, strapped into his seat.
Oh, that's terrible. Bet you'd never seen anything like that before. All sorts of violence and
Mm.
death and dead things crawling at you. How'd you adjust?
I've been here for a couple months, so I've gotten used to it.
Does one ever really get used to such a thing, though?
No, not really. I still think about what I do sometimes, but most people here deserve it.
Deserve what?
Death.
Is that really what a sweet little missionary believes? What about forgiveness, redemption, helping others? I mean, you spent your entire life doing it. What would your mother think?
Missionaries just be religious folk.
What would your mother think? Or your sister, your cousin about what you're doing out here? How do you think they'd view it?
I haven't been able to contact them in 3 months. I don't know if the infection's gotten to the United States or not. All I know is
darling, we're in a quarantine. It ain't
I've
going
seen
anywhere but
men.
here.
As far as you know.
As far as everyone knows, that's why we're fucking quarantined. We wouldn't be fucking quarantined if it wasn't all over. It's the entire fucking point of a quarantine. If it was all over the fucking world, we'd be let go. There wouldn't be people manning it. So they're fine. Now back to my question. What would your mom and sister think if you're doing what you're doing right now? Think they'd be proud, or do you think they'd be disappointed?
I think they let me make my own decisions.
Would they? Even when it involves hurting others?
If they were
What
in
kind
my
of
shoes.
missionary work did you do?
Well, in Taviana, a lot of the people there were pretty poor, so we helped construct shelters for the homeless and the poor.
So instead of doing that here and helping others, you just destroy and kill them. Is that what you're doing now?
75% of the people I meet in this land either want to kill me or they just want to take my shit.
That seems like a
And
rather
it's
harsh
pissed me off to
sentence.
the point of no return.
So because you
Amen.
let your anger and frustration take over, you just gun down people. That's a sad state of things. Do you ever wake up thinking about someone you killed, wondering if you did the right thing? The look on their face? They fell down and crumpled lifeless from a bullet you fired into them. Knowing that you played judge, jury, executioner and snuffed out that light that was in their eyes.
I do all the time, but I feel justified.
Is that what you do? Try to justify your actions so you don't have to feel it? Do you ever wake up screaming? Hearing their whimpers and that horrible noise they make when you shoot them in the chest, right in the heart? How they gurgle a bit. Blood fountains out of their mouth, and that's the last thing you see. Does it bother you when you go over them like a scavenger and start ripping away the important parts that you want to keep from their dead body? That was once warm and human like yours.
I think I'm just gonna plead the fifth. These questions are getting little in depth.
I'm just
Starting to-
wondering. I mean, going from being a missionary to helping people to just murdering them, like you said, seems like quite a leap. I don't know if I could be okay with it on my conscience. Especially with your family back home. I'd hate to think about going back to them and looking in their eyes after I've done such atrocious things.
See, what I've realized, and I don't know if you have, is that we're never going back to our family.
I don't know why you say
Ever.
that. UN, CDF, still dropping supplies here, still looking for a cure. You don't know that. You seem to have already given up hope, and when you lose hope, well, I guess that's when it's okay to just turn into an animal. Lose all sense of civility.
Plus, there's always choppers getting shut down and new soldiers popping up with news from the outside world.
And yet, you're just letting your
We're-
humanity
we're on
go.
the center stage of the entire.
Pretty much. And yet, you've decided to give in and turn into a monster because you don't have hope anymore. You're just throwing it
They've been
away.
We're
taking their
already
sweet
dead.
fucking time,
right
haven't
now, there's spy satellites and drones with all the footage of all the sins that you've just committed upon this.
Isn't it terrible, Calvin?
They'll probably clap you in irons.
And if y'all are truly worried
Oh, I
about
know
what
if
the
I ever
outside
make it
world's
back to
gonna
the
do to you,
homeland.
you're a fool.
I don't worry about what the outside world's gonna do. I just worry about what I do. I mean, you only have to live with yourself, don't you? With your own actions and what you do to others, and be okay with it, and look in that mirror and see the eyes looking back at you.
Guys, I'm getting on Overwatch. I'm tired of listening to this.
God forgives.
Yeah, just gotta get on Overwatch. Gotta figure out when that
Is that
convoy's
what
coming
God? Is that how you get yourself comfortable? You think God would just allow the murders of people like you've done, for personal gain, no less? Oh, you have a
Well, what do
shiny
you think the
gun. Your life
Crusades
isn't
were?
worth of it.
in. Rabbit, get on
Oh.
Overwatch.
How fucking long until they get here? I'm getting bored.